Hi everyone, this is Amy and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making Nem Nuong Cuon. To start this dish, we have a pound of coarsely ground pork. We need to add a teaspoon of kosher salt, half teaspoon of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. I'm using a coarse grind on the pepper because I like that flavor in this sausage patty. We also need to smash and mince up 1 very large clove of garlic and pop that in. Now I'm going to use a whisk to whip this together because we want to form almost a paste of this. And once there's a big film on the bottom of your bowl, you know it's ready to go. It should look a little something like this. Once you achieve that, we're going to add a teaspoon of baking powder. And what that's going to do is keep the pork tender when we go to fry, but also help it achieve a crust on the outside. Once that's thoroughly mixed in, we're going to cover this with a lid and let it sit in the fridge overnight. The next morning, you do want to bring it out and bring it to room temperature before forming the patties. I'm gloving up, just to be a little bit more sanitary. If you just want to use your hands, just wet your hands so the meat doesn't stick. And we want to grab equal portions and just form these into oblong patties. Now you want to keep the thickness as even as possible to help it cook as evenly as possible. And this recipe made 4 little pork oblong patties. Once they're all formed, over on the stove over medium-high heat, we're going to preheat our pan. And once it comes up to temperature, we're going to layer in our patties, leaving space in between. The reason I like using stainless steel is it lets you know when your meat is ready to flip. It shouldn't stick. But you're going to cook 3 to 4 minutes per side. You can see here, this lifts off really nicely. Give it a little flip and cook an additional 3 to 4 minutes on this side before pulling this out and letting this drain, while we work on the rest of our summer rolls. Oh, I almost forgot, we need to fry up some wonton strips. So I have about 4 or 5 dumpling wrappers. We're just going to cut these into strips, fry them in neutral oil until they're golden brown and crispy. And now we're ready to start rolling. Got the pork, got the wontons, and a bunch of other stuff. I'll explain it as we go to add it into our rice paper roll. So you don't need a lot of water when you wet your rice paper roll. Just dip it in for 2 seconds, put it down on your bench and let it sit for 10 seconds. It will soften up, you can see here. So the side closest to you, we're going to layer our lettuce down. We're also going to add basil. I'm using Thai basil. You can use domestic if you want. Add a little cilantro, a little mint, some cucumber for some freshness, just cut into matchsticks. Little pickled daikon and carrot. Actually, this is rainbow radish because that's what I had. So I pickled that instead. So carrot and radish, as much or as little as you want. And we're going to fold over. Now we're going to lay down our pork patty. Sorry if you can hear my dog breathing heavily. She just is very excited about stuff. A little chive. I'm going to put that on the bottom so it stays. Chive, pork, wonton strips. Then we're going to fold over the sides just like a little burrito and continue folding until we form a little roll, until we have 4 little rolls. Now I want to see what this looks like on the inside, and that's a pretty good looking cross section. Now to give it a taste, I'm serving with a little Nuoc Cham. It is porky, it's fresh, it tastes like a little sausage, but with all these beautiful vegetables. You get the mint, you get the basil, cilantro, the crunch from the cucumber, the sweetness from the carrot and the radish. And this is absolutely delicious and a little different than the summer rolls you may be used to. But there it is, Nem Nuong Cuon. I hope you all try to make this in your home. Thank you so much for spending time with me once again today. I appreciate every single one of you. If you like this video, give it a like. If you loved it, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you haven't already, because I put out new videos every Thursday. Thank you so much again. And until next time, happy cooking.